Kære alle, Danmark har i de seneste dage været udsat for hybride angreb. Droner er set flere steder ved kritisk infrastruktur, militært og civilt. Det er angreb, som vi må forvente, der kan komme flere af. Og det er angreb, som har vist sårbarheder. Og det er angreb, der har til formål at skabe utryghed og splittelse. Det er angreb, der skal ryste os som mennesker og som samfund. Jeg forstår godt, at situationen rejser mange spørgsmål. Hvorfor er dronerne ikke blevet skudt ned, og hvorfor blev de ikke opdaget tidligere? Og der kommer et tidspunkt, hvor vi må kigge tilbage i de seneste dages hændelser og lære af dem. Men her og nu har vi som regering og myndigheder en altoverskyggende opgave, og det er at passe på Danmark. Og gøre os i stand til bedre at imødegå de hybride angreb så hurtigt som muligt. Og hvor er vi nu? For det første så har myndighederne hævet beredskabet, og de forbereder sig på forskellige scenarier. Det betyder blandt andet, at både forsvaret og politiet vil være mere til stede med antidronekapaciteter omkring kritisk infrastruktur i den kommende tid. Samtidig er myndighederne i tæt kontakt med vores allierede med henblik på hurtigt at styrke vores egne danske kapaciteter til at kunne opdage og til at kunne nedkæmpe droner. For det andet så har myndighederne mandat til, at fjendtlige droner kan tages ned. Men det er selvfølgelig de ansvarlige myndigheder, der skal foretage den operative vurdering i den konkrete situation herunder af de konkrete sikkerhedsrisici. Og for det tredje så har jeg over de seneste dage været i kontakt med en række af mine europæiske kolleger. Jeg har talt med den tyske kansler, den britiske premierminister, statsministerne i vores nabolande, Sverige og Norge, og med den finske præsident. Ligesom jeg har været i tæt dialog med NATO's generalsekretær, og vi er nu fra dansk side i tæt dialog med NATO-allierede om, hvordan de i den aktuelle situation kan bistå Danmark, så vi kan beskytte og forsvare vores luftrum. De hybride angreb har ikke kun ramt Danmark. Der har for nyligt også været hændelser i både Polen, Estland og Rumænien. Hybridkrig er ikke en krig i sådan traditionel forstand. Hybride angreb skal forvirre os. De skal gøre os usikre. Og det er fra en fej fjende, som ikke tør give sig til kende. Den ene gang, der kan det være droner. En anden gang kan det være cyberangreb. Det kan være det, vi kalder disinformation. Det kan være påvirkning af valghandlinger, konspirationsteorier, man læser på nettet. Men uanset hvilken metode vi kommer til at se, så er formålet det samme. Man ønsker at destabilisere vores samfund, og man ønsker, at vi ikke længere skal have tillid til vores myndigheder. Og alt sammen så understreger de, at sikkerhedstruslen mod Europa er alvorlig, og den er reel. Det er derfor, vi igennem de seneste år har været i gang med en massiv oprustning af vores eget danske forsvar. Det er i øvrigt også derfor, vi bliver ved med at støtte Ukraine, som jeg tror kan hjælpe os i den her situation. Fordi hvis der er nogen, der har forstand på at bekæmpe droner, så er det vores venner i Ukraine, og derfor er vi selvfølgelig også nu i dialog med dem. Jeg er også nødt til at sige, at det tager tid at genoprette dansk forsvar. Det beder jeg ikke om tålmodighed med, fordi den har jeg i virkeligheden ikke selv. Men vi har travlt. Og jeg beder om forståelse for, at selvom vi har det, så kan det trods alt ikke lade sig gøre, hverken fra den ene dag til den anden, eller fra det ene år til det andet. Og jeg er også nødt til at sige, og det her er særligt til nogle af partierne i Folketinget, at målet med hybride angreb, det er ikke kun at teste vores myndigheder eller vores beredskab. Det er som sagt også at se, hvordan reagerer vi som samfund, og hvordan reagerer vi politisk. Vi skal være på vagt, og hvis der er noget, der ikke fungerer, så skal det selvfølgelig rettes op. Det er vi i gang med, men vi skal altså også bevare roen. Tiden er ikke til hurtige meldinger, eller politisk overbud, eller mistillidserklæringer til myndigheder eller til politiet. Fordi der er ikke nogen ansvarlige politikere, der vil kunne garantere den danske befolkning, at vi helt kan undgå hybride angreb. Det kan man i øvrigt ikke i noget land. Og det er nok snarere lige præcis omvendt faktisk, at vi kommer til at se mere sabotage, flere hackerangreb, endnu flere droner, søkabler, der ødelægges, direkte angreb ind i europæiske demokratier, som vi aktuelt ser det i det lille land Moldova. At Danmark og Europa er under mere voldsomme og hyppige hybride angreb, det betragter jeg som en ny virkelighed. I næste uge der mødes alle Europas stats- og regeringschefer her i København. Vi skal diskutere europæisk forsvar og sikkerhed, herunder etablering af en egentlig dronemur. Med andre ord, Europa skal ruste sig, og vi skal opruste. Og vi skal aldrig lade os true, for sådan kan vi ikke være danskere, og sådan kan vi heller ikke være europæere. I de her timer og dage, der er vi meget vel i det, man kan kalde sådan den indledende fase i den umiddelbare krisehåndtering. Det har vi prøvet før i andre situationer. Og jeg har også sagt det, jeg siger nu før, at i enhver håndtering af en svær krise, der er der en risiko for, at man kommer til at begå fejl. Og det er ikke altid, at vi hurtigt kan give gode svar på de spørgsmål, der løbende vil opstå. Men som regering, der vil vi altså bestræbe os på at fortælle offentligheden det, vi kan. Det samme vil myndighederne. Selvfølgelig med en omtanke. Nemlig, at dem, der vil os det ondt, de lytter med på alle diskussioner, vi har med hinanden. Og selvom myndighederne ikke kan konkludere, hvem der står bag de hybride angreb mod vores lufthavne og anden kritisk infrastruktur, så kan vi i hvert fald konstatere, at der primært er ét land, der udgør en trussel for Europas sikkerhed, og det er Rusland. Og derfor til sidst en vigtig pointe. Der er ikke noget europæisk land, der kan forsvare sig alene mod Rusland. Det kan ikke engang Ukraine, som ellers tappert har kæmpet i mere end 3 år nu. Og det er jo derfor, vi har vores NATO-alliance. Det er derfor, vi er i gang med at udbygge den europæiske forsvarsindustri. Og det er derfor, vi er i gang med en historisk oprustning her i Danmark. Og de seneste dages begivenheder understreger kun, hvor vigtigt det er, at vi handler, men at vi gør det sammen med andre i Europa og i NATO. Tak fordi du lyttede med.
On the evening of the 22nd of September, the skies over northern Europe became the setting for one of the most extraordinary aerial events in recent memory. A newly released video showing a massive glowing orb hovering above Copenhagen Airport has reignited worldwide discussions about unexplained aerial activity. The footage captures a brilliant sphere suspended against the night sky, its glow steady and unmistakable. Unlike the erratic movement typical of drones, the orb maintained a remarkable stillness and remained in place for an extended period of time. What makes the video even more striking is its timing. On the same night it was recorded, Copenhagen Airport was forced into a complete shutdown, halting departures and arrivals and disrupting the travel plans of thousands of passengers. Officials cited drone activity as the cause, but many are now suggesting the glowing orb itself triggered the shutdown. For those who witnessed it, its radiance and strange behavior were unlike anything they had seen before. The footage quickly ignited speculation online. Some viewers believe the orb represents advanced technology capable of silent, prolonged flight. Others point to historical accounts of mysterious aerial lights, suggesting the object may not be human-made at all. Adding to the intrigue are claims that regular drones were deployed after the sighting to mislead observers and distract them from the real phenomenon. What began as scattered reports of luminous green objects escalated into a large-scale disruption of European air travel. Tens of thousands of passengers were left grounded as governments sought explanations. The epicenter of the mystery was Copenhagen Airport, where witnesses described a glowing orb hanging in the night sky, brighter and steadier than any known aircraft. According to some accounts, the orb appeared suddenly and lingered for a prolonged period, glowing with an intensity that set it apart from any drone or plane available to the public. Some onlookers said it stayed motionless for nearly an hour, while others described it drifting slowly and deliberately, as if holding position above one of Europe's busiest air corridors. Equally eerie was its silence. Unlike drones, which hum with mechanical noise, this object hovered soundlessly, its green glow radiating across the airport below. Air traffic controllers acted swiftly. With aircraft preparing to land and depart, the risks were deemed unacceptable. Operations at Copenhagen Airport were halted for nearly 4 hours, flights were diverted, and passengers crowded into terminals as confusion spread about the true cause of the closure. Only later did word emerge that the disruption had been linked to a glowing orb in the sky. At almost the same time, Oslo Airport in Norway experienced a nearly identical event. Reports described another luminous aerial presence, prompting the closure of Norwegian airspace for 3 hours. The simultaneity of the two incidents convinced many that these were not isolated events, but part of a coordinated pattern. Witnesses in Norway described hovering orbs and strange green light similar to those seen in Denmark. Officials in Denmark did not dismiss the seriousness of the situation. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen called it the most severe attack yet on the nation's infrastructure, emphasizing that the glowing orb was no ordinary sight. She warned that the activity was clearly intended to cause disruption and unease, even as its origin remained unknown. Her remarks drew immediate attention from international observers, reflecting growing concerns that Europe's critical infrastructure is being increasingly targeted by unexplained aerial and digital incursions. This backdrop of rising tensions added weight to the Prime Minister's statement. In the months before the incident, several Eastern European nations had reported mysterious drone flights believed to originate from foreign powers. Estonia had recently confirmed that Russian fighter jets entered its airspace, while Poland and Romania reported suspected drone incursions. At the same time, major airports across Europe were struck by cyber disruptions, exposing how vulnerable even highly secure facilities can be. Against this tense environment, the glowing orbs over Copenhagen and Oslo appeared less like random anomalies and more like part of an orchestrated effort. For residents near Copenhagen, the experience was deeply unsettling. Many reported seeing the orb clearly from their homes, describing it as brighter and steadier than any drone could ever be. Its ability to hover silently for long periods, with no visible source of propulsion, convinced numerous witnesses that it was not a conventional device. Some suggested it was an unidentified aerial phenomenon, a classification that militaries worldwide have increasingly acknowledged in recent years. Others argued that traditional drones were later introduced into the area to confuse observers and divert attention from the true object at the center of the disruption. A recently leaked photograph of a silver orb-shaped UFO, allegedly taken at a military base, is being shared on various UFO-related subreddits. The image, which appears to show a metallic, spherical object hovering in mid-air, has drawn comparisons to other high-profile UFO sightings, particularly the mysterious silver orb seen above Manchester Airport and the UFO orb drones that have repeatedly been reported over New Jersey. The striking similarity between these sightings raises compelling questions. Are these objects part of the same phenomenon? Are they advanced surveillance drones, experimental military craft, or something else entirely? As more alleged UFO photos and videos surface online, the growing number of credible sightings suggests that these phenomena are not mere hoaxes or misidentifications. With increasing attention from military insiders, government officials, and the public, the silver orb UFO could be part of a larger global pattern, one that may finally push the limits of what we understand about unidentified aerial phenomena. The recently leaked UFO image reportedly comes from an unnamed individual working at a classified military installation. According to online sources, whistleblowers have come forward in recent years and claimed that these objects have the ability to hover motionlessly over restricted areas for several minutes before vanishing at incredible speeds. The photo, which surfaced on Reddit's UFO subreddits, shows a featureless metallic sphere, reflecting its surroundings with an almost mirror-like finish. Unlike conventional drones, this object appears to lack visible propulsion systems, wings, or rotors, suggesting technology far beyond publicly known capabilities. UFO researchers analyzing the photo have noted that the orb's reflective surface could indicate an advanced material designed for stealth or energy absorption, potentially explaining why many of these objects evade radar detection. Government agencies have yet to confirm or deny the authenticity of the photo, but the striking resemblance to other documented UFO orbs has fueled speculation that these objects are part of a broader, interconnected mystery. This latest sighting closely mirrors the UFO incident above Manchester Airport, which took place earlier this year. In that case, multiple eyewitnesses, including airline pilots and air traffic controllers, reported seeing a metallic, spherical object hovering near the airport's airspace. The UFO was reportedly detected on radar briefly before it disappeared at high velocity, leaving no physical trace behind. The Manchester UFO video, taken by a bystander near the airport, showed a shimmering silver orb reflecting sunlight as it hovered with unnatural stillness before darting away in a split second. Aviation authorities dismissed the sighting as a possible weather balloon or drone, but many experts argued that the object's flight characteristics defied conventional explanations. The fact that both the leaked military base UFO photo and the Manchester Airport UFO share an identical orb shape, metallic appearance, and silent flight suggests they could be the same type of craft or drone. Given their proximity to restricted or high-security areas, some theorists speculate they may be engaging in surveillance or reconnaissance operations, either by a foreign entity, a secret government program, or a non-human intelligence. Adding to the intrigue, the orb UFOs seen over New Jersey share many of the same characteristics. Over the past year, residents of New Jersey, particularly near military sites, have reported frequent sightings of glowing or metallic spherical objects hovering in the sky. Unlike conventional drones, these orbs move erratically, often performing high-speed maneuvers, instantaneous stops, and disappearing without a sound. Some videos captured over New Jersey show the objects pulsing with a faint glow, raising theories that they might be using an unknown propulsion or cloaking technology. Reports indicate that fighter jets have occasionally been scrambled to intercept these objects, only for them to evade capture effortlessly. With 3 separate cases, at a military base, over Manchester Airport, and in New Jersey, showing eerily similar objects, many are questioning whether these UFOs represent a single phenomenon appearing in different locations. The growing number of silver orb sightings has led to various theories attempting to explain their origins. Some believe these orbs could be experimental surveillance drones developed by military organizations using next-generation propulsion and stealth technology. The fact that these objects frequently appear near military bases and airports supports the idea that they could be involved in covert reconnaissance or intelligence gathering. Another possibility is that these objects belong to foreign adversaries, such as Russia or China, who may have developed highly advanced drone technology capable of defying conventional aerodynamics. However, multiple military insiders have dismissed this theory, stating that no known country possesses such capabilities. Many UFO researchers argue that the characteristics of these orbs, silent operation, incredible speed, lack of propulsion, and sudden disappearances, suggest non-human origins. If these objects are indeed extraterrestrial in nature, they could be autonomous probes designed for observation and data collection rather than direct interaction with humans. A more speculative theory suggests that these orbs might not be traditional spacecraft at all, but rather objects that phase in and out of our reality. And this is backed up by videos that appear to show them vanishing and then showing up in a different part of the sky. This could explain their sudden appearances and disappearances, as well as their ability to avoid conventional detection methods. The recurring presence of silver orb UFOs in multiple locations around the world suggests that we are witnessing a phenomenon that cannot be ignored or dismissed as isolated events. Whether these objects are part of a top-secret military project, foreign technology, or evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence, their repeated appearances indicate a larger pattern that demands serious investigation. If the leaked military base photo is authentic, it could serve as one of the most compelling pieces of evidence yet that governments are aware of these objects, but have not fully disclosed their findings. The fact that similar UFOs have been seen in high-security areas adds weight to the theory that they may be gathering intelligence or interacting with human infrastructure in ways we do not yet understand. The leaked photo of the silver orb UFO, along with similar sightings above Manchester Airport and New Jersey, represents a growing mystery that challenges our current understanding of aerial phenomena. The internet has been flooded with an unprecedented number of UFO images and videos in recent months, with some appearing to show genuine unidentified aerial phenomena, while others have been dismissed as hoaxes or digitally altered content. This sudden wave of material has sparked heated debate within the UFO research community, as experts and enthusiasts try to separate real evidence from deliberate deception. While many believe that some of these newly released UFO images are legitimate leaks, others have begun to suspect that disinformation agents may be deliberately muddying the waters to create confusion and cast doubt on the authenticity of real UFO encounters. If true, this could mean that a strategic disinformation campaign is underway, one designed to discredit genuine whistleblower leaks and obscure the truth about non-human intelligence. However, there is another school of thought emerging among UFO researchers. Some believe that this rise in disinformation actually signals something important. If officials feel the need to counteract or suppress recent leaks, it could be a strong indicator that these disclosures are hitting too close to the truth. If there was nothing to cover up, then why go through the trouble of launching a campaign to confuse and discredit the UFO phenomenon? Disinformation is nothing new when it comes to government secrecy and classified projects, and many UFO researchers have long suspected that officials have actively spread false stories to distort the truth. The goal of such disinformation efforts would be to create uncertainty, prevent serious investigation, and keep the public skeptical about the reality of UFOs and non-human intelligence. This strategy has been used before. In the past, former intelligence officials and government insiders have admitted that classified projects and real UFO encounters have been deliberately mixed with false information, making it difficult to determine what is real and what is fabricated. By inserting fake UFO sightings, altered images, and misleading narratives into the discussion, disinformation agents can make the entire topic seem less credible. This tactic also serves to discredit legitimate whistleblowers. If a whistleblower comes forward with real classified UFO evidence, but the internet is already flooded with doctored images, fake leaks, and AI-generated UFO footage, then the public and the media may dismiss all of it as a hoax. This makes it harder for real information to gain traction, protecting the secrecy surrounding actual government UFO retrieval programs and classified research. Some researchers believe that this is exactly what is happening right now. With the recent leaks of egg-shaped UFO images, alleged crash retrievals, and increasing whistleblower testimonies, it appears that certain groups may be working to dilute the credibility of these revelations by flooding the internet with misinformation. If the public becomes too skeptical, then the demand for official UFO disclosure could fade away, allowing secrecy to continue. Some UFO researchers believe that the sudden surge of questionable UFO images is not random, but part of a coordinated effort. The idea is that as real whistleblowers release genuine UFO evidence, an opposing force works just as quickly to bury it under an avalanche of fabricated material. Many suspect that intelligence agencies or private contractors tied to classified UFO research programs could be responsible for this wave of disinformation. These groups have a vested interest in keeping the truth hidden, as exposing non-human technology and secret retrieval programs could threaten national security and disrupt military superiority. If the truth about advanced propulsion systems or extraterrestrial encounters were to be fully disclosed, it could mean major changes to global power structures, technological industries, and even the way humanity views its place in the universe. This theory is further supported by the fact that UFO researchers and whistleblowers have often been targeted in the past. Many individuals who have come forward with credible information have reported being harassed, discredited, or having their careers ruined. If those in power feel threatened enough to launch a campaign of misinformation, it could actually be a sign that UFO disclosures are progressing faster than ever before. Despite the concerns surrounding disinformation efforts, some UFO researchers argue that this is actually a good sign. If those in charge of suppressing UFO evidence are scrambling to distort public perception, it could indicate that genuine leaks are becoming impossible to control.